Hello, Bert. Special delivery for you.
What? Special delivery? Ah, thank you.
No problem.
Welcome to the Skyline College Theater. Before we start our program, the theater staff has asked us for the following request to be observed. Please turn off all electrical devices. There is no food or drinks allowed in the theater. And finally, please refrain from flash photography. Videotaping is not allowed for the safety of our performers. And now, let's all step in time as Spark of Creation Studio presents Mary Poppins Jr. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all wrapped undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, joey chim chim.
Run away from me for the last time.
And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that's who.
I've said my say, Mrs. Brill. I've done with this house forever.
Well, good riddance then, and mind you don't stumble on your way out. Where is she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mrs. Banks?
What is all this commotion? Decision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. Children, the servants, are your domain. A siren in the sovereign, a cherry tree lane. Coat! Winifred, you've engaged in 6 nannies in the past 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters.
A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool.
Nannies are stopped on children for gain.
My nanny's such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane.
Briefcase! Umbrella.
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
Few men alive can manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place an advertisement in the Times stating Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
Please, George, I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts. That's the part I was in. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
All the ridiculous...
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, balloons, Thanks, Lily. Jane and Michael. Thanks.
Quite enough coming up for one day. Will you please go to the nursery and let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone to make me late.
Running of our households, a straightforward task. Children, the servants, all your domain. A cherry tree
Good morning. I've come in answer of the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed it in.
Now let me see. Play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
None at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But take it up with Mrs. Banks, as she manages all the side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. Don't forget those references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children now, thank you.
Oh, of course. You'll find they're very nice children. Now, this is all.
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny. She passed her interview then. Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Miss Me. I am. Like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Now, first things first. I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. Better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. Mary Poppins, how did you know what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list. I'm not an item a weekly shop, thank you very much.
Well then, how did you come? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, serious, so
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bounds. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically
rough?
The very thought.
Will you say tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without some big fuss? Or have affections to play with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember these. I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair!
Say I was fair. I said I was practically perfect, and here's my aim. Time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect. You will be practically perfect in every way.
Base foot forward, spit spot.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever is an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work from me own memory. Stay right where you are. I'd know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins!
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say you do look swell.
He can't have known you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen them running about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So, what you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park. Some game I'd rather eat spinach.
Come along, Bert.
You can't come with us. You're too dirty, and we want stinking park anyway.
Oh, yes you do. When you're walking with Mary Poppins, you go to places you've never dreamed of. All that it takes is a spark. Then something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the
This
doves.
idea walked
When Mary owns your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've got brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? Could lose her for a word. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what. She seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know. When you take a walk with Mary, anything can happen.
Well, who are you?
I'm Nelius, and I've waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Each man with this dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly holiday. Mary is our friend. Making us and
Robin. Yes, but how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
But how did you make it happen?
Anything can happen if you let it. Now, run along in.
Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we had a fantastic day. We sang with the Beska, danced with the statue. You wouldn't have approved, but...
If you know that, then why'd you do it?
Daddy, could I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
Well, you could always teach me.
Now, when would I have time to do that? Will you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites at his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrew, soon frightened it out of me.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how's your tea party coming on?
I don't know. It seems so odd to invite people I hardly know.
But they are people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged?
That's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. Are you at least going to talk to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. But make sure she's doing things our way and not hers.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim, cherry.
Mrs. Brill, what about the cake?
It's just out of the oven and too hot to be iced or touched for that matter.
Are you quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure, and in case you were worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
I'll just go up to the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful. I'd like to be rich, but destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She says you can tell Robert and I what to do.
Does she indeed? Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind. Honest. All right, I'll give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage that? Is that all? For you? Yes. For me? No. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome is on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Hey, Michael, why don't we make the icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be so feeble. Get me the eggs and flour. Are there eggs on icing? They're on mine. Robert and I, bring me that cake. Whoa!
Mrs. Brill, go up and get ready
What
now.
have you done? Oh, Robert and I! Robert and I! Oh dear. Should I call a doctor?
I don't think that will be necessary, ma'am.
Children, you know how important my tea party is. You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now, we must get going. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
I told you she was tricky. Can't Robertson I do it when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll get through a lot of stuff before you're very old. And besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game. With every task you undertake, becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Oh, my point exactly. The honey bees that fetch the nectar from the flowers to the comb never tire of a buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they see, and they find that their task is not upright. For us to push that helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Right, also, please, spit spot. Up we go, Roberts and I.
Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker. How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Come along, children. Best foot forward.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came in the morning, and Roberts and I forgot to give them to you. Their apologies, ma'am. From your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong date?
No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people. In the most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, where are we going today?
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Daddy agree? If he did, he must have gotten the idea in his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me, putting ideas into other people's heads. Really?
Financial sense, a perfect ray of sunshine.
Von Hustler's coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Now make sure it's the right one.
In every transaction, credit or debt, it's for all well balanced. Targets are met.
Head of banks, what objections can you have? My security is more than adequate, and Latin America is an expanding market. Have you no courage?
But Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is, what is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course!
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you even man enough to be a banker?
Assessing the market, limit the risk. Learn to grow habits. Business is risk.
Have you come to a decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town good people. Future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got.
I believe you, Mr. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way, but how would I be sure the money would be safe?
What about my workforce? That'll make it safe. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd pay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but
Daddy!
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
It's never too late to learn its value.
I know the value of this. Sixpence.
No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
I would never have dared interrupt my father when I was a boy.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was. But my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't say I saw her once a week.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Of course not. There wasn't enough time for all that kissy and soppy nonsense.
Poor Daddy. When you invest in a bank's money, what are you looking for, Daddy? A good man or a good idea?
I should say a good idea. But a good man is much rarer and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I do recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Head of Banks.
That life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man is certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Miss Northbrook, when exactly could that new factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
There's that horrible woman.
Don't point. And for your information, she is not in the least horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rats.
When have you learned to look past what you see?
Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old Virgin comes in her own special way to the people she calls. Come buy my bag full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you care, and
Hello, Bert.
Hello, Mary. Hello, kids.
Hello.
We're off to Miss Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop? Who's Miss Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey's older than anyone in the world. She's talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander before he weren't so great.
That's impossible.
Anything can happen if you let it.
Well, 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 if it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come into my shop here in secret. Oh, little Georgie used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an out of conversations.
It seems I'm all out of conversations, and I'm right out of words too. I do have some letters, though.
Now, what words can we make?
Ratoplex.
Laptiferius.
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letter more than once. Now let me see. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious.
That's much worse.
Of course, it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversations keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle 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 I. Diddle 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 I. Diddle 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 I. It can mean exactly what you
Chat and simply what it was the point.
Well, if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure the word entirely entered this, because those Latin scholars never had a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect will be hypnotic. Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yeah.
Like, except it's the guy for the creepers.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
Cat has got the tongue that's slowly falling lame. Just sum it up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Put out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well. And put them in order, which is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D
O-C-I-O-U-S.
Smarty pants.
O-C-I-O-U-S.
Here we go!
George? Why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. See, I refused to give the money to some German chap, and he went to our chief rivals. They gave him the money, and now it's set to be a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough.
That is more than loud enough. Go to your room. Mary Poppins, your job is to teach the children manners and just look after them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery for tonight?
That's not fair. Daddy loses his temper wash out of the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten, and I hate him.
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father. Take the children upstairs, please, Mary Poppins. George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I have been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, your face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, shari chim sharu.
Why does Daddy get so cross? Fathers are supposed to look after the children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe. But have you asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Some families are upside down, for a while anyways.
But I don't want to be an upside-down family. I wish I could just run away. Why don't you? Because you miss me. No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't!
That's all, you two. Now, into bed, at once.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful of the things you wish for.
Don't you ever stop?
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of stupid things, your stupid games.
Just get into bed.
Well, I won't go to bed, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. Will we meet again? Maybe when they've learned to play the game.
Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is a chimney sweep's world, where there's oddly no day, no oddly no night. There's things off in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London. Woo! What a sight.
Joining the sweeps tonight, are we?
The best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney, chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chiroo.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
But
and that's lucky too. Oh, you're going then?
the wind has changed.
They're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So?
So they've got to do this next bit on their own. Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me.
Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone?
Miss Brill, what does a war mean? Why? Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French.
It means till we meet again. Now come inside before you catch a death.
Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what sing chim chim chori chim charoo. Chim chimney chim chim chori chim charoo.
Mrs. Brill, is the nursery tidy?
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am. Seeing as how for the past 6 weeks I've had all the work to do, looking after the children ever since she left, and now I've got all the work to do, getting the house ready to welcome her back.
Well, if you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
Miss Brill, it is hard, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note says, till we meet again.
George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises.
Oh, George, I do believe you're going to be proud of me. All right, hurry up, everybody. I want her to find everything spit, spot, spick, and span.
Spick and span.
Our sense of excitement is hard to contain. Order is returning. Wonder is returning. Someone is returning to Cherry Tree Land.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it's so lovely to meet you at last. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
It's not much of a house, is it?
We'd like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust there and their filth.
Now wait just a minute.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Actually, yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! You, why aren't you wearing stockings?
I don't like them.
Tut, what manners? I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and carboy elixir, these are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse. Open. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or skimpering. I fear it's clear that in these two such bad habits lurk. First the wrench into the rot, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will work. Now show me to my room.
thought it was going to be
Her, with the umbrella.
Michael, what are we going to do?
The only thing we can do, run away.
Whoa! What's the matter? And who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world!
Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young. Miss Angie was Daddy's nanny, which explains a lot. Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help. But now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'll tell you what. Why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a chimney sweep's hand?
Michael, look! It's a real one! What's the matter? I've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly a proper one with Daddy.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in, you'll make him the proudest father in the whole bloomin' empire. With tuppence for paper and string, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Brilliant!
It's stuck. I'll help.
You can do it! Pull one more time!
Oh, Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back.
Don't squeeze. I'm not a sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
Because we've run away.
Have you indeed?
It's been so awful since you went away, and now Miss Andrews come and Daddy's ruined, and we never helped him like you wanted us to.
Oh, my, but your life's a tragedy. Now, let's get going. And don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came on this morning for a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Well, perhaps I'll be a surprise for her. Hello, Bert.
Hello, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Come along, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for good luck?
I don't need any luck, thank you.
Not like that, you stupid boy. You stay there and clean the grate. Again. So, you've decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins? But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Pack!
Pack? You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me this way? Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor, that will make a runaway stop.
Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I brought up their father. Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud at the way he turned out. A shining example, a pillar, a post. They all have their problems, but him more than most. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruel deeds as a bug. Well, now here's a catch because you've met your match. Brimstone and shriek, just a spoonful of sugar. Brimstone and shriek, just a spoonful of sugar. Brimstone and shriek, won't work.
Where did you come from?
She came up
Michael?
Michael? Jane? You both are very naughty for running off like that, and I should be as angry as anything if I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
She's gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. I seem to have found this one wandering in the park. Good night, ma'am.
Where is she?
Who? Miss Andrew? George? She left. Mary Poppins is back.
She is? Well, I was wondering if I might have a word. See, things have not gone well for us, and...
Well, about my wages, sir. If you don't mind, I won't take any just now. I'd prefer to let them accrue.
But if only you knew how much they're accruing as it is.
Now I must get started. Come along, children.
Come along, darling. After so many years of good service, you made one wrong decision. What's the worst that could happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we will be destitute.
Yes, but we'll have what really matters. The children and each other.
Mary Poppins, is that locket new? What's inside of it?
A portrait.
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes, and not before.
Mary Poppins, you will stay this time, will you?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What Jane? Where?
Let's wait and see.
Uncanny nannies are hard to find.
You need to get unspeakably kind.
You're practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's room for improvement. A few games more.
Hello, Bert. Bert, what are you doing up here?
And rush at a chimney sweet bee.
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That was small, awfully unimportant.
Speak for yourself.
Not us, but our troubles. Down in the nursery, they seem so big. But up here...
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad. When you look at them from a little higher up.
Brush away the dirt and soot.
Brush away your tears.
Cobwebs that aren't swept away.
Hang around for years. We may love the holly
Time.
they got to get it right. Don't seem a perfect crime, don't seem a shame. When the steps are going as smoothly as they might. That's we step in time. That's we step in time. Let me reason, let me run. That's we step in time. You have one step in time. You have one step in time. Let me reason, let me run. You have one step in time. You need some step in time. You need some step in time. Let me reason, let me run. You need some step in time. Oh, step in time. Step, 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 step in time. Step, step, step. Let me reason, let me run. Let me reason, let me run. You need some kick, you need some kick, you need some kick, you need some step, 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 Let me reason, step in time. There's plenty of folks ready to help you, should you need them. Back to the nursery?
Back to the nursery, step in time. Back to the nursery, step in time. Let me reason, let me run. Back to the nursery, step in time.
What's all this? What is all this? Special delivery?
Special delivery, step in time. Special delivery, step in time. Let me reason, let me run. Special delivery, step in time. I hear you, Governor.
Not so fast. To the nursery now! Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
First of all, I'd like to make one thing clear.
Yes?
I never explained anything. Well, on
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, we might as well face it. In a couple of hours, we will be joining the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure, as we better make some plans. Well, I never. So that's why I put them.
What are those?
Gingerbread stars I hid once from my nanny. It's funny, when I was little, I dreamed I'd learn everything there is about the stars. Funny, haven't thought about them in years. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
It's that Mary Poppins. She's responsible for all this.
I know the person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself a healthy helping every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. Good luck to you, too.
Daddy, do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes?
Well, we were each given 6 pence. We were told to spend them carefully.
Excellent advice. Now, what did you spend it on?
Nothing yet. And now we've decided to give them to you. We thought a bit extra cash might lighten things up a little.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
She hasn't said a word about it. Good night, Daddy. We do love you now. Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is, but always remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything for that matter. I'd like to, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can get it. Doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made. You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You could be a butterfly or just a larval. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Some sound advice and don't forget it.
Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars or you get upstairs, but we follow speed. If you reach for the heavens,
Feed the birds, sir? Only tuppence a bag.
I would take it as a great favor if you'd kindly feed them for me.
Banks! You've turned down a scheme that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you. I refused Mr. Von Hustler because his scheme was hollow. He talked about profits, assets, and growth, but there was not one word about people. I'm sorry if I ruined the bank, but I'm not sorry for understanding there are more important things than making money.
Oh, my dear chap. Von Hustler schemed has ruined our rival in the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We would like to offer ours.
Oh my word.
And another thing. Do you remember giving a loan to a fellow named... to a fellow named Northbrook? Well, he's repaying and opening 2 new factories. And with the percentage you negotiated, we are set to make a fortune.
Oh my word.
Well, that's just it. We might as well help you tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word. Give you the word? Because I'll give you a word, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror! Oh, she's taught me everything that I know.
Then now's your chance to forget it.
Winifred, dearest, it's all right. It looks like I made the bank a fortune.
Really?
And by way of recompense, we like to offer you the job of senior manager with a salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple, quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We are not codfish.
Well,
I accept. But under one condition.
Oh?
From now on, family comes first.
Yes, family, yes. Agreed.
Winifred, I'm afraid I underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sally for the way we're steering. Obstacles start disappearing. Go on, chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
love you, Mary Poppins.
You are a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you'll be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk to me like that.
Like what?
Not a bit like you. Be cross, Mary Poppins, and don't be cross again.
Is that the thanks for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Now, to bed of the both of you. Go along.
It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Bert.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Look after yourself. With every job, when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you'd like to stay, to help things on their way, you've always known they must do it alone. There, practically perfect, and I hope it remains so.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket. Oh, the chain is broken. Don't you remember? I was staying till the chain breaks. What's inside? It's a picture of the three of us. She signed it. From Mary Poppins with a great deal of love.
Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back, but what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Can we fly it together?
Oh, Daddy. Mary Poppins isn't coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And the families will. Won't they, Daddy?
They will.
I wonder if she's right, George, that we could really do without a nanny after all. What do you think?
I think you'd better dance with me.
Oh, George, this is serious.
Look, a shooting star. We should wish on it.
I think we could do better than that. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new spin.
If you reach for the heavens,
You get the stars.